Malakhi, and he's talking about world crisis with a name that resounds the meaning messenger of God. Malakhi is a revolutionist and a reggae recording artist extraordinaire, delivering his poem lyrics with the sting of the forefathers such as Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Burning Spear, Jacure, Stephen Marley, Midnight, Beres Hammond, and Sizzla Kalonji, to name a few. This name was chosen for him by a friend, resonates when Malakhi delivers his message to his following as if Martin Luther King or Malcolm X reincarnated through him. Want to say good afternoon, welcome. It is an honor and a privilege to have you, Malakhi, here on the Lunchtime Deluxe show. Wow, greetings.
I cannot live without your love. Come stay with me, 'cause I want you to be my bride. Greetings, Tia Maria. Malakhi, then I please.
That was an introduction, wasn't it? I thought you were just going to say hello. I didn't think you were going to sing at me.
Well, you know, element of surprise, you know, we spring out.
Yeah, you've been doing that since you walked in, but never mind. I'm used to surprises. Malakhi, World Crisis, serious song.
Yeah, man.
And it's very relevant because, I mean, I've stopped watching the news for the last couple of weeks because what's going on in the news, what's going on in Syria, what's going on in Gaza. Do you believe that we're in a world crisis?
It's more than a crisis right now. And for a couple of years good right now, a whole lot of stuff. When you listen to World Crisis, we talk about everything what really And when you see in Jamaica, when I wrote that song, I was sitting down listening to one of the leaders in Jamaica. You know them love to boast and say, boy, we do this for the past year, we're in a power, we do this and we do that and we do that. But when you really listen to it, you realize they are just boasting about themselves and the people are there suffering. They don't really care. They get on stage and they fight against each other and say, I am the person who tell the people this and I am the person who tell that. You realize they're not doing nothing for the people. And then you realize a whole lot of suffering, a whole lot of things, prices are increasing, a whole lot of stuff just happening all over the world.
Not just in Jamaica.
Yeah, but yeah. They fail to tell the people that, boy, this is really happening and this is the reality of stuff. So this is a way we're going to take to try and sort something out for the people. But they just tell her that everything all right, man, we can do it. Just vote for me and put me there. But it's all about getting the money in their own pocket. And you can see it all over the world because it's not different. In Jamaica, you know, it's a little island country. But in the other bigger countries, like even the UK and in some other Caribbean countries and in America, you can see the same thing because the leaders just go up and they talk stuff that they know that it really can't happen. But that's why I met the people them know, sir. It's a world crisis. So you have to know the decision where you make. And when you put a leader there, you see if him now work, I make him come tell you no foolishness and bring a little money come give on the side or give you a little food and say, vote for me money, I'll get more of this. I'm thinking that I work.
No, not anymore. Are you familiar with the film Better Must Come?
Better Must Come.
There was a film, it was on BBC Two. I watched the DVD a couple of months ago, but it's kind of similar to what you're talking about. I can't remember the guy's name.
Okay, I heard the name, but I'm
yeah, and fantastic and very similar. It's very to do around the political issues within Jamaica.
Yeah.
And how a young man is involved in violence to do with politics. And I mean, it's quite sad at the end because he actually dies, but one of the actual characters actually lives. But the film explores all of that better must come. And obviously the man who's the story is, he's a single father because obviously he lost his baby mother to gun violence, and obviously he's trying to do the best to survive and to look after his child. So yeah, I kind of relate to it.
Yeah, you know,
if you don't try and see that film.
I'm sure I'm gonna try to see it.
YouTube it.
when I go home today.
Fantastic Jamaican movie. But you know, it's really good to have you. Let's just take the people back.
Yeah.
Before World Crisis, I mentioned some big names there. Big names in the reggae industry. Well, these are revolutionaries.
Yeah, especially Peter Tosh. People can remember if they know about Peter Tosh the time when he was doing music. He had a lot of run-ins with the law, but he's a person, I'm not saying that everything that he does is right according to the law, but a person who believes in whatever you do. You see, he tried to speak out for the people, and anything that he believes in, that's what he does. So if you don't like it, he's gonna still say it. He couldn't care less who you be, whether you're a queen or you're a king, president, he don't care. He just says stuff, and he's as a defender of the people. Also, Bob Marley, they may not come out and say it as how you see some artists. There are some artists like Tupac. Tupac is one of my artists, because he's a revolutionist, and you know that his mom or his dad was in Black Panther.
His mom.
Yeah. So I watch a lot of his speeches at age 17 and stuff that he gave, and the type of lyrics that he bring is like, after a while it get violent, but it's like when frustration step in, the system not doing anything for the people, then the frustration step in and start doing violent lyrics. But you have Bob Marley now, on the other hand. Bob Marley, he's a revolutionist, but he don't get it all that raw and tell us, boy, we're going to do this and we're going to do this. But it's about changing the mind of people, the type of lyrics, because at the time when you had apartheid in South Africa, yeah, and when the people start hear about Bob Marley stuff, I understand that the leaders try to don't let his music get in the country, because when they realize when the people hear the type of message and the way they were responding to it, there was afraid that the people would rise up because of the lyrics. So they didn't really like Bob Marley. But it's all about the revolution of the mind, because when we talk about revolution, we're not talking about a man who say I go about and I kill people innocently. We're talking about from the point of revolutionizing the mind. So you revolutionize the mind of people, the way you think, the way you look at stuff, then you approach life different. So, for example, with the politicians, it's like people feel like say they don't have no control over this boy. Man, I do all sorts of things too, and can't do nothing about it. We vote for this one and the same thing. But you basically have the control in your hands, because you put them there. And if next time when it come around and you decide, all right, we're done with the whole of them then. If you see a next man I try a thing, you know, say he maybe not have the funding for your party, but everybody go out and vote for him, just to make a statement, for show them, say, look, we not agree with the foolishness we're not dealing with. See, and have to make a change for the people, because the people is what counts.
Just picking up on a point that you said, and what I just read from your biography, you talked about being Martin Luther King and Malcolm X reincarnated. And just talking to you in the studio, I can actually just feel that the spirit of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X in you. And you talked about the mind and conditioning your mind. And I know that, I think it's either Malcolm X, and I think he says the mind, is it, or is it Martin Luther? The mind is a terrible thing to waste. Who's that quote from? Is it from Martin Luther King, or is it from Malcolm X?
I'm not sure.
See, we haven't got no internet, so we can't. But
yeah, but you don't know, we can find out that.
Yeah, we can find out, but definitely, we're going to take an advert break.
Yeah.
We're going to tell everybody to keep it new style. We're going to hear and speak more to Malakhi and find out which football team he supports. Keep it new style.
Casting across the city.
Is that okay?
On 98.7 FM.
Don't know.
Let me see, you want any chocolate, baby?
No, you have enough too.
Can't live without you. It's love that I'm feeling. Simply love. Sometimes my heart is
where we spread the love and the positive message through music. When I say good afternoon to all those listening via the TuneIn app, definitely make New Star Radio one of your favorite radio stations. I don't think we're streaming at the moment, but we should be back up streaming tomorrow. If you want to give me a call in the studio and you want to speak to lovely Malakhi, or give me a bit of feedback about the beautiful music that we're playing in the studio, you can do so. Also, 0121 678 6666. That's new, Malakhi.
Blessings again to you, Maria.
So, you originate from Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
You hail from the Westmoreland parish. It's not a parish I'm familiar with. I must apologize. I know other parishes, but I'm not really.
The parish down at the next end, the west end of Jamaica.
You know when you drive through and you say which parish is this, and they go Westmoreland, then you just I did that.
Well, if you're going to Hanover,
Okay.
you have to pass through Westmoreland. Even though you have alternate routes where you can pass through Westmoreland, you drive St. Elizabeth and go down. I'm from a little district.
Can't be that little.
Well, I'm from a little district. The name of it, I don't think people might know this district. Only who maybe know from that come from that section would know it. It's named Lefford.
Okay.
Left hard. But it's a little district within Beeston Spring. So people would know Beeston Spring because Beeston Spring is the bigger area. And that's where I went to school, went to Salem College. And then from there I went to Mad McLeod Secondary. That's him, we're in Westmoreland, but that's at the other end, Darliston. Then from there now, I moved to town and I went to Dunoon Park Technical High.
Okay.
So, you know, during those times, from a tender age, you know, we start out in church singing, stuff like that, and then after coming to town and get involved in music, I used to sing in different groups. So I started playing music, and then I used to play for different bands, gospel bands, and then we moved from there and started to play for a group. At the time it was a more lovers rock group named Hush. So even over those years I've been writing a lot of songs. All of those times.
So music's always been a part of you.
Yeah, from a very tender age. And with both some of my siblings, like my sisters, at least all of them can sing. My mother can sing, my father can sing, because they always sing at church.
Right, let me ask you a question, because this happens in my household. We did it yesterday, to be fair. You know at home, if everybody sings, do you like have your own little talent shows? Because this happens in my household. Did it happen? Did your mom used to sing and then your sisters join in? And did you,
there's a lot of time when I was much younger, then some of my sisters used to come over because after they move out and live at their own place. So they come over and sometimes they are there and they play, time of cassette. They used to have cassette. And they sing and take themselves on the cassette and listen back to it. And
I do remember doing
Mama,
that.
well, not dad, most of the time he's out working, so basically it's always mom and my sisters, and when I'm from school and there, yeah, so they sing and take themselves and listen back to it and practice different songs and sing different parts, harmony and stuff like that.
So as the brother, did you feed into that? Did you say, that sounds good, no, that no, sounds good, why don't we do it like this?
Well, I just be a part of it. Just enjoy myself.
Fantastic. Do you think in that environment that kids actually develop and grow and nurture? Because I seen something beautiful yesterday. I seen one of my daughters was singing, and she looked like a little star. She looked like a little star in the making. She was singing to me. But it was a whole performance that she was doing at the particular time, and I thought, in the next couple of years, you can see her on stage actually doing that because she just did it with ease. So do you think that home is a place where talent is nurtured?
Yeah, the talent can nurture from home, because if, for instance, I have a child and every day they see their parents doing this, or the parents always expose them to certain type of stuff like singing, and they watch stuff on the TV, or they go to church, or wherever in the functions, stuff at school, and they're always singing and getting involved in stuff. As soon as they get much older, then they develop it, and whichever area where they're singing or acting, then whichever one they get to love, then they get better at it. So it starts from the grassroots.
Starts from the grassroots.
From basically school and home, the stuff that they do.
Okay, so what do you like to do in your spare time when you're not writing when you're not being creative? What do you do to relax? We talked about football. We're going to talk about your football team in a minute. But what do you like to do to relax? Because you're not being an artist. You're always on the road. You're always in the studio. What do you like cooking? What kind of things do you like to do?
Well, just relax.
Just relaxing.
Just relax, because music is a full career.
Yes, full
Music
time.
is not like when you have a job where 9 to 5 or whatever time you work. So you know, okay, I leave out of the house, reach to work by 7 or by 8, and I'm finished by 5. I'm back home. Music now, it's more taken up. So therefore, you're at home. You can get a call that you need to go to the studio, or you have a show coming up. So or somebody wants you for an interview or an appearance. So therefore, you have to be always on the go. So you have to basically try and make some time for yourself. Right? If you have a family, you have to try and make the time, because music basically takes up your whole life.
Yes.
In a sense, because it's not a 8 to 5 job. It's a job sometime around the clock. So you'll be at home and somebody can just call you and say, you know, we need you for an interview tomorrow at this radio station or this TV station early in the morning. So you was planning to maybe sit back and relax in the morning, or, you know, lie down a little bit and get a little bit more rest. All of that gone through the window. You have to get up early. And
I'm really glad that you say that, because obviously I do my show just once a week, but I start planning my show from the beginning of the week.
Yeah, because you have to be prepared.
Yes. No? And then Thursday can come and anything can happen. Anything can happen. But tell me about, I mean, I'll tell you what football team I support.
Yeah.
I support Arsenal. Very proud. I can hear, oh.
Gunners.
Yes, I'm a Gunners. Gunners for life. Absolutely. Love. DJ Denko, leave me alone. He's speaking in my ear. Don't do that. Anyway, Malachi, what football team do you support?
Well, I support Chelsea.
Chelsea? Now, the only player I know about for Chelsea is the famous, what's his name, Drogba?
Well, I used to just watch football, because my team in terms of overall generally it's Brazil, but in terms of club football, after I started watching, I used to just watch the teams, and then I became a fan of Chelsea because of Drogba.
Okay, so there you go.
That's the reason why I became a fan of Chelsea. Because I used to watch Gunners, I watch Man U, Man City, all of them.
That's the one. Man U.
But I become a fan of Chelsea because of Drogba, and from there I start get an interest in them. And, you know, every time I have a match, even though sometimes I can't get to watch the match all the way because I'm busy and stuff, but whenever I get a chance, get to watch it, I check up on the result and say result of the match.
Did you watch the World Cup at all? Did you manage to get any glimpse of the game?
Yeah, I get to watch some of the games.
Were you like me, under the illusion that Brazil were going to win? Was you thinking that they were going to...
Brazil is my team.
Exactly.
I support them no matter what.
Yes.
But seeing the first match, and even coming up to the World Cup, I didn't think the team was as strong as it's supposed to be. And then after the first match in the World Cup, you know, everybody is a team, and no care what happened, and you win. Even if you struggle the whole match and you win, you basically say, why my team gone through? We just want to also pass a team and think about the next team. But I hope that things will turn out differently. But at the back of your mind, you know, say, boy, there's teams out there now really play hard and play better than Brazil. Now. But you know your team, you have to support your team. And hope so everything turn out the way it is in your head.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, is there any artist that you would like to collaborate with? Who would you really, you know, because this year the music reggae scene is hot. There's a lot of new talent. For example, one of my favorites is Chronix. You've got Ibama. You got Bugle. That's really just changing the direction. You got Protege. You got Janine. So. And those are kind of the young revolutionists in the reggae music right about now.
Right now, you have Chronix. I'm going to tell us that Chronix are out of the place. But
listen,
all over the whole world, the place hot.
He was here a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
In Edgbaston.
I think just before I came.
Yeah. 4,000 people ran that venue to see Chronix perform.
Yeah, man. I think it's a humble artist, you know.
He's lovely.
And this is somebody where I think about doing a collab with. love to do a collab with him, but on the other hand, also Kabaka. I don't know if you know Kabaka Pyramid.
Of course I know Kabaka Pyramid.
Yeah. Well, I already spoke to his management, which is Bebel.
Yeah, Bebel Rock Studio.
Yeah, I spoke to him because it's somebody that we interact with all the while. I remember we went to, it was this thing that we had in Zion Hill. This lady, she named Mama P. So she was having a function and Kabaka was supposed to be at it. So we spoke to him there at that time because I asked him before and he said, yeah man. And then spoke to his producer at that time and so I think it's producer and management. So I've already have the tune, the idea, make up in my head already. Even start doing the track. So we wanted to be a collaborative effort between both my producer and his producer. But I haven't gotten through to finish that as yet. And you know that I'm not sure if he's back as yet, but he's supposed to be in Europe on tour with his band.
Excellent.
So he's one of Chronic's Kabaka. I love collab with Sizzler because in terms of culture music and being a lyricist, you don't have nobody else madder than Sizzler. Sizzler is the maddest thing when it comes to culture and lyrics. He's a man who can just freestyle. You see? He can just take the mic, you run a rhythm and just a freestyle. And very, very intelligent person. And we both went to the same school. We're about the same age. But he established himself in the music earlier than me.
Okay, so you mentioned freestyle. Let's I'm gonna just put you on the spot right now. I am. Let's
Alright, like that. Oh.
Ready?
Yeah, man.
Wait, I'm gonna put you up again. I'm gonna turn it down. You won't hear it. Come on. You're just gonna have to. Melissa, come and give him these headphones, please. So you can hear that. But now, let's get a bit of live reggae in the afternoon. Tell me when you're ready.
Yeah, man, drop it. Yeah. You know, it's Malakhi representing New Style Radio 98.7 Tia Maria. Wow. So me say, up, I tell them we're moving up. Knowledge at the fingertips, the youths, them heights, you know. Up we. Lift it up again.
You won't hear it.
Yeah.
You won't hear it when it's in your headphones, yeah? And after you're going to take a...
Oh, yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Whoa. So me say, up, we tell them we're moving up. Knowledge at two fingertips, the youths, them heights, you know. Up, we tell them we. Lion of Judah, Tia Maria, up, we tell them we're moving up. Knowledge at your fingertips. Say, up, we tell them we're moving up. Alright, listen. Them see me step out with red, green and gold. Man a warrior, I don't know weak heart soul. The underworld say them fear me. Me lyrics them refer from it. Them fi know say man a real hardcore. Psychological warfare we a take to them. No religion or politics we a sing to them. I am the bee, me lyrics are distinct to them. Them that's a fly but I love a fi the ginger them. That's why me sing. Up we tell them Tia Maria. Big up.
Oh, thank you.
No.
Thank you ever so much, Malakhi. It has been a blessing and an honor. Make sure when you come back to the UK that you visit me here at New Star Radio. The doors are open for you. It has been a pleasure and an honor. Is there anybody you want to say thanks to?
Well, you know, we have to big up New Style Radio 98.7, right? We have to big up New Style Radio, and we have to big up you, Tia Maria.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
Tia Maria.
Don't
Thanks
forget
for
to big
having
up
me today.
Festus.
Yeah. We have to
Ranking
big up.
Festus.
How could I forget that?
How could we
I have to
forget?
big up Festus.
Yes.
And one of the people them know say I'm gonna be on Festus show 10 o'clock next week Tuesday. And maybe the whole of the show over there, because we just go vibe and discuss the album down. And I want to big up my agent in the place same time. I want to big up Anthony, which is an artist that I have a collab with. Yeah, same way. And you know, I want to big up some other people where we link up with since we come up here. I want to big up Terrence, I want to big up Wagwan Magazine. All of them people that were, you know, the link, I make some links and stuff in the place. And we just want to big up everybody. I want to big up all of the fans them out there. I want to big up my management, my producer. Producer is Onion McDove. I want to big up Saik, which is a rapper on the track World Crisis. And I want to big up Top Element for love that I'm feeling. And Tia Maria, we have to big up you every time.
Thank you, thank
That's
you.
it.
You don't have to go, you can stay with me, I'll finish it.
Yeah, man, no problem.
All right,
Stay
we're
and
gonna
just
take
go and vibe in the studio now.
We're going to take an advert break and you can catch us back on the advert.